Hello everyone, now live. Already the stream is off to a great start in that Unity is open. Let me just post on Twitter, let everyone know that I'm now live. Excuse me. So anyway, yesterday we had this crazy bug, and it was basically resulting in the game, well, just me not opening Unity, and I spent all night working on it. I think those of you who were watching the stream saw things go down. I had to cancel it because I just couldn't get Unity open, and it turned out to be a bit of a weird thing. I wrote about it in my latest devlog post. So, by the way, prints are available from Video Game Art Gallery. So, this is a problem. We're getting this like invalid serialized file header. And I did some research and came across this, but there's not a whole lot of stuff about it. Everything is working for now. Like, I just spent all night, I was like pulling the latest build, deleting, like, and it just takes forever. The project is so big now to delete the library and temp files to get everything working again just takes an insane amount of time around this. And we haven't done this yet. I'm not the admin for our P4 server. My friend Mike is. So we'll talk to him about it. I told him about it, so maybe he'll get around to doing it tomorrow. But seemed to be this issue with the way asset serialization is done for version control and a per force issue. What I did end up doing was from the per force server, and I was like, okay, you know what? But there's still a problem, because what would happen is if you check out the entire project and then you make changes, you like can't submit unless you get the latest of everything. And if you like accidentally get the latest version of, like, we would have to keep the like revision 7 of this, and if you try to get the latest, then it would and then you click back into Unity, then it would freeze up again. So what I did was I just deleted them from Perforce, the material and the meta. And then what I did was I opened up a new Unity project, re-imported ProBuilder source again, and then inside Windows Explorer, I just copied. Like, all I did was, so you can see what I did was I had this ProBuilder test, opened it up, ProBuilder resources, materials, and I just copied. So I deleted them from our Perforce server, copied these two, closed Unity, copied this, moved it back into my actual main one, and then reopened up Unity, and it was working. And then I just pushed that, and now things seem to be fine. So, yeah, that's all fixed. Hold on. Yeah, I saw Mitch tweet about it. I had to just respond to him. That was kind of cool. Hey, None Superior Synthoid Commander, everyone. Hello. Hey, Hacha Gahat. Hello. Yes, that's awesome that you found out about the project. I'm glad. Yeah, definitely. I can't wait to share it with you. We had so yesterday I was hoping to do a lot of work on the project and do a bunch of debugging, and then spend the whole night on that weird problem. But it is now fixed, and those are definitely the bugs that I hate the most. These like obscure bugs that's not in my code, but in the way things work behind the scenes. But yeah, I mean, like, this stuff happens actually pretty regularly. You always overcome it, but at the time it's always like incredibly frustrating. It's like 4 days before PSX, and I'm already pretty pressed for time and stressed. And then not only is it it's not even like a bug in the game, right? If it's a bug in the game, you can always start reading code, start disabling stuff, start and kind of like debug things. But then when it's like some weird stuff that Unity and Perforce are doing, your version control system, that's always those are really just hard to pinpoint. So anyway, I am going to let's take a look at our code, and I'll talk about what David has fixed. So remember we had the stuff. So David's actually fixed a whole bunch of stuff. In fact, we can take a look at done. Tree-based material, David. Okay, this was a weird case where, so we set the tree-based material is much lighter than regular wall material. And David says, this was a weird case where the tree-bed materials had a shader keyword of alpha, pre-multiply on emission being set internally, and a render queue of 3000. Okay, he had to remove the shader keyword and set the render queue to a value below 2500, ended up setting them all to -1 because that's what the cheer color side shader was set to. Excellent. Now I know what David did. Good job, David, if you're watching. Well, Hacha Gahat, I'm just glad you were here. I'm glad you found out about it. So that's sort of the age-old advertising. I worked very briefly in advertising in 7 months. Don't hold that against me. But there was a saying, which is, I know that only half the advertising I do works. I just don't know which half. So it doesn't matter how you found out about the game. I'm just glad that you are here and you know about it. Tree merge mesh normals. Let's take a look again. David wrote, well, he just moved to done, but he did tell me he wrote this tool that recalculates the normals, which is weird because I thought I did that. So this is due to mesh normals not being set in the tool. I made an editor script called normcorrect that just calls recalculate normals on the mesh, and that fixes the issue. And I totally remember doing this previously. But for some reason that doesn't work. But it's now just like a second step. Fixed level optimizer workflow. Yeah, same issue as the other problem. Carry rigid has its own show instructions, while internal management show instructions. We should rework these in the future. Okay. By the way, the hey, Saladongs. Oh, that's awesome. ProBuilder is wonderful. We are. By the way, that bug I was talking about with the ProBuilder, that's not ProBuilder fault. Yeah, this is everything is ProBuilder in here. So that's not ProBuilder. That's like the way Unity does serialization. Tomorrow, North Carolina Museum of Art has this like well, yeah. So anyway, North Carolina Museum of Art currently has an exhibition about MC Escher going on, and they actually, hey, that's my name. I was thinking of changing my name to MC Escher. By the way, this is the Unity editor log file, which helped me figure out that it was it's not, again, it's not a ProBuilder issue. It's that for some reason this particular asset got serialized incorrectly and screwed things up. But I talked to them about MC Escher and game design, and tomorrow it's actually a super cool this event, Escher's Impossible Architecture Games at the they used to use my image and then they changed it to Monument Valley, which makes more sense. Oh shit. Whoa. Whoa. Hey. It's on The Escapist. Wow. I gotta post about this. Okay, I just found out about this. That's super cool. Anyway, so this is an event, and I'm actually going to be talking to Ken Wong, who made Monument Valley, and Ty Taylor, who made The Bridge, and the Janelle Bonanno is, I guess she's with Defy Media. She's like the, I don't really know what these guys do. I think they're like the owner of The Escapist. But she's the moderator, so this is super cool, which I'm very excited about. Yeah, free publicity. I gotta post about this. Well, I'll do it after the stream. We'll worry about my social media stuff. Anyway, let's get back to work. So, anyway, what David has done with these tools, and I gotta fly through this and check it out, is we gotta go through and redo the normals, and that also goes for the lines as well. And the problem that I was talking about was that for some reason you can see the edges are not being drawn here, and that has to do with the normals being screwed up. But yeah, Salad Dongs, I'm glad you are here and are using ProBuilder. ProBuilder Gabriel started it, was in town the other day, and we went out and got pizza with some of the guys, Young Horses. They made Octodad in Chicago, and it was kind of cool because I've been using this tool for like 2 years and no idea, we'd never met in person. And so that was kind of cool to meet, you know, this great tool that I've been using. It was really cool to meet the person behind it. Yes, these are Softflex. I really recommend them. I cannot type without them now, actually. Softflex computer gloves. You can get them on Amazon. It's these. They never go on sale, which is a bit unfortunate. But Softflex, and they are. I've talked about them before, but they're just two. You can see there's just like these two foam pads. It is starting to tear. I've had these I use them every day, whenever I'm typing. But I'm thinking of getting a second pair for when I travel. And also just in case I lose them, because sometimes what'll happen is I'll misplace these, and then I can't work until I find them, and I end up spending like time looking for them. So anyway, let's get back here. Okay, so right now we have a bit of a problem. So we need to actually go back to Canvas. And this needs to We need to add this. So basically, this is the scene that does all the UI stuff. I'm not super happy with the way we've set it up right now because it's maybe once they have a multi-scene editing, it won't be a big problem. But for right now, it's actually kind of a pain. But that's awesome that Mitchie D was tweeting about it. So now, because you can't load the other scene unless you've added it into the build settings. Mr. MCS Cheer. What the fuck? Oh, there we go. So yeah, now it's working. So let's go and take a look at the trees. By the way, we also made some changes, and the game is running a lot smoother. We are not unfortunately doing like top, like super high res. Why is that? There's a section missing. I'm gonna LOG. Yeah, this should be let's run this again. So we're gonna do a fly through, and just a heads up, I am going to be playing through this opening level. It's not super spoilery. I mean, it is just this is the opening level, and there are videos online of me playing through it. But you know, if you want to totally not know anything, then just a heads up regarding that. So I think I need to redo these trees because I do think this can be lower, and if I move this section over, I can. Spoilers. Oh man, hello, Hachagahot's dad. It is I always have a really hard time explaining Twitch to Twitter. I mean to people, because people are like, you're like, okay, this is his website. And you can watch people play video games, and you see the game, and you see their face. And then I'm like, I'm on it, but I'm not playing games. I'm just doing development. But it's not quite a show, because you just kind of hang out with people. So this normal all looked fine. So there was this problem that we pointed out inside the other day. It was here. So you can see, and the problem, right, you can see that this face is colored green, when it should only be the top face, like here. See, the floor is green, so this is... all the surfaces facing the same way need to be green, but for some reason it was getting the normal screwed up. And I am almost certain, because we can check the stream archive, but I did do normals.recalculate inside the tool, but I guess that somehow didn't work, and David wrote a new tool to set this up. So that should fix the normal. So we're gonna fly through the level. We're gonna no clip through the level, and kind of go through and look at everything. And if it's not working, what we will do is, so I do. You know what? I'm gonna go put on Trello on our bugs, which is to redo trees that are too high. Lower all of them so the boxes look to be easily within reach. Just gonna place. Okay. So, okay, so this tree is good, so we can check off blue. Let's write any recs on other channels like this. You know, I don't know. So EMT137, Evan Todd. Evan Todd, does he stream on Twitch? I feel like Evan, if you're still around, he's using Evan's been doing it on that other site now. It's like the programming specific one. Jonathan Blow does game development streaming. You might like Handmade Hero. That's Casey Muratori. John got banned on Twitch for like a really silly reason. So he hasn't been streaming in a while, but he's working on The Witness. Although he does like programming language stuff and not Witness programming. Ska Studios does art stuff. I think there are probably a few others. I'm not super familiar with them. That I'm just trying to think that have the same format. I know a lot of people will do like shorter games, but I don't really know of many that are doing like a game that's not out yet. Okay, so David did fix all the trees, so this is fixed. Oh, Vlambeer does Nuclear Throne development very regularly, so you could check out that. Blendo Games! Yes! That's a good one. But Evan, you should post your, where are you doing your stream these days? Aren't you doing it on that other website that's just programming focused? Evan made Lemma, and one thing you should know is that the Minecraft developers actually took some advice from Evan about something. The way he's doing arrays, he actually can tell us more about it if he wants to. Okay, so that tree is fixed. So we're just looking at the surfaces on these trees, so that's all fixed. That's good. Both of these are good. Both of this one is good. Yes. Let's fly around, look around a bit. They're all okay. Let's look at the tree inside here. Oh, wonderful. David fixed them all. We didn't fix this though. Is that I'll ask him. That's it. So Jonathan blows. Yeah, all the other ones you just like all the chat just keeps going. We've got a good size here. Okay, so that's all good. That's fixed. Let's take a look at yours. You're fixed. This is fixed. Wow, all the trees are fixed. Nice. Hey! Garlando Bloom, unfortunately I had the really nice anti-aliasing. Man, it's been a while. Yeah, sometimes the chat does get away from me. Ooh. Okay, so this tree needs to have the normals recalculated. Silver Deathstroke, hello. Welcome to the chat. Garlando Bloom and Manja, I haven't seen you both here in a very long time. Anyway, Hacha Gahot. Garlando Bloom is the mod on Handmade Hero, which is a great chat. I think we were just talking about that. Yeah. Oh, right. Yes. Oh, I didn't... Salad Dons. I didn't realize John already had a name for his new language. I don't think Jonathan streams on his Twitch channel anymore. What is going on, Silver Deathstroke? So, oops, I didn't mean to hit play. I am, well, this is the game Manifold Garden. I don't know how much you know about it. There's a lot of info down below. But, PlayStation, I'm showing this game at PlayStation Experience, which is this weekend, and I'm leaving on Friday for it. And right now what we are doing is we are going through this list of bugs and trying to fix stuff. And what I just noticed now was the tree. So this is the opening level. Okay, not that problem. This area here. Oh, fuck. By the way, if you have that gizmo showing up, you just collapse it and it disappears. But this tree needs to have its normals recalculated. So that was, I don't know if you guys saw that earlier, the red was showing on the wrong side. So let's hit play and check it out again. Do I work for PlayStation? No, I work for myself. I work for William Cheer Studio. But the game is coming out on PlayStation. And PC. Yes. Man, I gotta... After PSX, the first thing I'm gonna do is add autocomplete to our console. Okay, so remember how this had the problem where some of the materials were getting... Yes, so fixed it. Good, fixed it. Okay. Sweet. Yeah, they yeah, awesome. They're all really great. And oh, Hatrigabot, I think there's one thing you would like, which is my bit of self-promotion time, but I think you would like it, which is on Friday, and I haven't been doing it for a while, but we do a game design critique stream. I think inverse, it's like Twitter. Could I create a video game using Python? Probably. Maybe not recommended. Does it? Okay, I don't know it. Wait, it places in the inverse order or... Anyway, I also want to make sure that all the bass trunks have Yeah, so see, a bunch of them. All the base trunks are missing. Box collider. I really don't like YouTube's UI. So let's go to the tree finalizer, actually. This is our tool. There's a setting. 7-second lag from east to west coast. Alright, okay, so... YouTube's constantly changing. Yeah. I'm just glad my Twitch to YouTube export is actually finally working now. Me? I am not. No, I'm going to PSX, so I'm going to the West Coast. I really wish Casey didn't make Handmade Hero. Like, Handmade Hero is so cool. I wish I could go. It's at the same time as PSX, but it's like, it's in Seattle. I've never been, but I hear it's wonderful and beautiful. But it's like super affordable. $35 for tickets. You get Jonathan Blow, bunch of other cool people. Sean McGrath. So like really hardcore game programmers. And I think Casey's got that policy where the speakers actually get paid. Which is cool. And because like I don't know for sure yet, but I think I'm going to be giving a talk at GDC this year, which should be very cool. And I'm just happy. I mean, because you know, I believe I get a full pass. Still, 45 is very cheap. I mean, GDC is like 2,000, right? So I've never been able to afford a full pass to GDC. And there's a lot of really useful talks I'd like to go to, but anyway, I think this year, if I do speak, then I will get it. Well, I would like to go next year. What's the difference between Visual Studio and PowerShell? I don't know what PowerShell is. Sold a lot more tickets than we thought we would. Oh, that's awesome. Oh man, we should do a local Handmade Hero viewing event. I don't know what PowerShell is. I know Visual Studio is just a tool editor. Okay. So there's the part where it makes the base trunk, and so base trunk add component box collider. All right, David says he might drop in. So yeah, anyway, I guess I technically did fix that bug that I was telling you that was causing Unity to crash by just bringing in the material. Okay, my straw is not long enough. Alright, in just a bit I'm going to try to play through the entire opening level to test stuff. Just FYI, there will be spoilers, which is what we call spoilers here. Oh, I used to work with open frameworks. That's actually a really good foundation. If you want to, because it's a little more low level than Unity. Well, much more low level actually. There's not even an editor. But hey, this is actually a pretty good tree. Huh, interesting. Whoa! First time on a plane. That should be exciting. Well, I'm really happy for you. That's actually kind of a cool... Of all the things you could be traveling for your first plane ride, I'd say Handmade Hero's a pretty freaking good one. So, we have this tree finalizer tool which will add all the appropriate items that we need. And let's check. So, hopefully base trunk has the box collider. Alright, so that's good. So what I want to do now is I actually want to replace the trees here. Now this tree is fine. Yo, David Lasky is here. He's D-Lask. David wrote a tool today. The fixed normals on mesh. What's it called? It's inside editor. Fixed normals on mesh. Fixed normals on mesh. Normal correction. It's 2 lines, basically. All it does is it goes, recalculate normals. I swear to God, I thought I did that, though. But, so... But yeah, I'm glad we sort of finally fixed that problem. We'll have to talk to Mike tomorrow. Mike runs the P4 server. And we want to maybe... There's got to be a way to prevent this in the future, but I just re-imported that tool and now I got I'm pretty proud of it because David didn't know how to fix it, and then I did it, which is not normally how it works. It was also not really a smart solution. Ooh, yes. January 26th. I'm taking a week off when The Witness comes out. I was actually telling someone recently about The Witness, and it is making me... I really think what John's doing with the game is, like, incredibly special. Well, I'm just taking a week full time. I don't know if I can spare any more time than that. But hopefully we will, in just a bit, we will show you David's scene optimization tool. We've been kind of working on a lot of issues with... So I think the big thing is we have the game running at almost... Most of the time, like 95% of the time, it's 60 frames per second on the PS4, which is huge. Huge. I was going to be happy with 30. But the problem is, once you play the game at 60, you're like, I can't go back. That's going to be the big thing. Gonna be a good game, you think? You were talking about Manifold Garden. Is that right, Garland of Bloom? Yeah, I'm bummed I won't get to hang out with Jonathan when I'm in San Francisco, because he'll be in Seattle. Not that we're like best buds or anything. But it is always good to check in with him about stuff, I think. Methinks. Yeah, so I do think the blue tree is a little bit too high, so what we are going to do is... We are not, I don't... He knows who I am, and like, that is all. Yeah, it dips in mid-50s, and it's mostly... We will talk about this eventually. We're kind of doing some stuff with the way... It's like some batching and duplication and material instances being created. Damn, this tree turned out really good. I think we actually might want to keep... In the tree finalize, it deletes the tree info component, but to do oops. do, maybe we want to keep, we should keep the seed info. Actually, you know what? Let's just do it now. So, I kind of want to save the seed. We destroy that, and then what I want to do is when we put the single gravity tree I think once I play the witness, that's going to have. It's actually sort of really great timing for me when the witness comes out, because it's actually that's going to be about the time when we are almost done. Hopefully by then we'll be finished with a lot of the tools, the kind of level design tools for Manifold Garden, which means that I will be able to sort of use what I'll be able to like study what the witness has done with its level design, and that's sort of one thing I'm really looking forward to. Because that's really the only game I can think of that's doing something very similar to what I hope to do. And certainly John has had a, John's approach to game design has had a big impact on my own work. So I think that would be really amazing to. So I have to study it, and there's no doubt that that is going to influence the way I will be approaching sort of the design. So yeah, like what I mean is it's going to be perfect timing because the game will still be very malleable at that point. To let the witness be an influence. Oh, come on. I think John recently posted that it was like 660 puzzles. I remember because, of course, people were making the 666 joke. Okay, so this is good. So yeah, it's like all this rotating, that's what screws up the normal, so that's why we have to do the recalculate. So that looks like a nice contained tree. Yes, you should play Braid. Puzzle games, the games that I recommend: Braid, Portal, Antechamber, Naysensei. That's not really a puzzle game. The Swapper is good. Fez I liked. Starseed Pilgrim, yes. Well, Starseed Pilgrim is a very difficult game to recommend. I think it's a wonderful game. It's one of my favorite games. It's a game I think about a lot. But it's definitely a game that's more fun to think about than it is to play. It is very frustrating. I will admit I've never beaten it. I do enjoy it a lot, though. Like, I think Starseed Pilgrim is the most beautiful game ever made. And Draken did... He really made something magical with it. It's not necessarily fun to play. Yes. Yeah, I remember I played Braid in like 2 sittings. It took me about 8 hours to beat it my first time, and it was... Yeah, it had some really great moments. Like, the one break I took was to go shower and think about the game. People have written, like, okay, so... This article I'm going to pose... hey, Few Men Left. By the way, Few Men Left made a HTC album phone theme of Manifold Garden, and you guys should check it out. I don't have an HTC phone, so I don't know how to do it. But by the way, thank you. I'm glad that you like it. I downloaded also Spelunky influenced. It's funny because I saw a demo way before anybody else did. Because I met him. I met Moppin at a Tokyo Game Show. What the fuck? Whoa, what the hell happened? What the fuck? Yeah. What the hell? Did I break it? What the fuck? I think I meant tree. Why is this? Yeah, I don't think this actually has a tree info component. What Garlando Bloom just said in the chat. That's how I like to think of really great puzzle design. And it is, I do think of it as sentences, right? And it's a sentence that's purely visual and spatial, which is really special, and which I think is actually why, you know, in designing Manifold Garden, I'm refusing to use words, like whether it's voiceover, dialogue, or characters, because oftentimes you end up using those to communicate information. Like, and I've said this before, which is sort of my problem. Not really, just like from that with the beginner's guide, which I think wasn't discussed a lot, was that it uses the voiceover to talk about, to convey the emotion, the emotional impact. What is different about that than listening to an episode of NPR with occasional interactive elements? I do actually think sentence is a very useful analogy, because it's much more, because it is a chain, it is a sequence of thought, and I think a really great design is, if you guys have watched the Prestige has a really great quote. 3 acts, right? And I think that's actually a really great metaphor for good puzzle design that I use, right? So you have three parts, right? You show something ordinary, and then the second act is the turn. So you do something extraordinary. You make the bird disappear, and then the third act you bring the bird back. And I think that's actually what happens a lot with great puzzles. I was just saying about how with the beginner's guide, I think it was using. I just didn't see it discussed a lot. That it wasn't, to me. It felt like all of the emotional impact was conveyed through the voiceover. Playing it on mute, that's interesting. I do think it's interesting, but it to me, it was like so much of it was done through the voiceover, and I wonder if, and like, to me, that's also the issue with a lot of first-person player games where they use voiceover and your own character's voice to tell you to do stuff instead of using other design solutions. Like, I'm not saying the Beginner's Guide is a bad game. I'm just saying that in terms of what I think it was doing with design, that just wasn't something that was talked about. Well, so Antichamber's text communication is different because, well, like one thing that's different about Antichamber is that the game is very explicitly a conversation between you and Alexander Bruce. Like it's sort of a dialogue between the designer and the player, and so it's more like it's not this world that exists on its own. It's like Alex talking to you, and he's like, Alex is like, look at this, right? Now watch it disappear. And he's like, hey, you didn't pay attention there. And if you know Alex, it's like that game is very him. Because he's... So that's like, it's sort of this journal of Alex's journey over this course of time. And it's about mind tricks and about not making assumptions and always questioning what's going on. And I think in that case, the text works well. But that's also... So that game is about breaking the fourth wall a lot, whereas Manifold Garden isn't. It's like one giant Rubik's Cube, and it's not all is done through the architecture, if that makes sense. Like there's always the one example I think of with Antichamber is where you have to, that door, every time you turn to the door closes. And like every time you look at the door is closing, right? So the solution to that is you have to walk backwards, and then there's like, and I remember the text after that was something like, sometimes going backwards helps you move forward, and it's like that's a very Alexander Bruce thing. So it's like it's about him talking to you and kind of showing you stuff and being like, it's just like having a conversation with Alex, and he's like, you got to pay attention to all sorts of stuff, and I think that works well in Antichamber, whereas it's not this like world with a history in it. It's very much, I think, like an essay that Alex wrote. It's like this like memoir, not memoir, but like a diary / essay that Alex wrote over many years, kind of about lessons he learned about design and making assumptions, which is really wonderful. It's definitely one of my favorite games, and if you haven't played it yet, you all should. But yeah, there's room for lots of different kinds of games. I mean, I've been playing Downwell a lot. Um, I mean, you know, my guilty pleasures are The Sims and NBA 2K, so I'm not judging anyone. I only play Downwell on my phone. Yeah, it's wonderful. Matcha is my favorite. But yeah, so I played that game. Like, I actually sent it to Draken. Like, I saw it at, and I was like, oh man, I think Draken would have a lot of really interesting stuff to say about this. Yeah, I mean, I play a lot of NBA 2K. Matcha. Matcha tea? Green. It's a type of green tea, but it's one of the. It just does. Yeah, it just does. It just does like a green and black color scheme for Downwell, which I really like. Yeah, I think you use the term guilty pleasure when it's something that's like very different than kind of the work that maybe you normally would talk about or something. So yeah, this I like this now because this tree is a lot lower. Um, yeah, see, like those. Is that lower? Not much. Oh, I know one way to make this lower is this. Yeah, I guess I don't really support. The thing is, the microtransactions in NBA 2K is something that I really hate. It really ruins the game. By the way, if you are new and watching the stream and you're enjoying it, you should definitely follow the channel. Help me grow the channel. I just want it to be big enough that Twitch will let us give us quality control settings. Interesting. Although, you know, Orlando Bloom is making me think. Because now I realize, like, a lot of the games I like then are a lot of them would then be guilty pleasures, right? Like the games that I spent the most hours on, which is NBA 2K, The Sims, and Sleeping Dogs. So perhaps guilty pleasure is not a good term. Well, so yeah, there's like non-cosmetic microtransactions, and it does the thing where it like I think they severely limit your playing abilities. Like it's weird because you're supposed to be a professional basketball player in the NBA, and you will miss layups at the beginning. Like you just start off so bad. And I think they do that so that they want to make you. And the thing is, it's like that's not worked into the game. It's not like you can practice and get better, right? Or you can, it's not even worked into the story. It's just because you don't have enough bars in that category. And if you were to spend $20 and get 10,000 NBA 2K points, then you can be like actually make your shots. And I think that's pretty awful design. And also the other day I was trying to, and as far as I can tell, the online stuff, unless you do multiplayer, if you do single player, it still needs online connection because that's where it pulls the money amount, and it totally, and so it like, it's annoying. So when that means like when PlayStation Network is down, you can't really play the game. Like your career is ruined, and yeah, it felt like the whole game is designed to. So like if you lose, it's not necessarily because you played badly, but because like the designers wanted to make you spend money to buy points to make your player better, and I think that's not good. I need to play. I still need to play Fallout 3. You know what I really love about Sleeping Dogs: Orlando Bloom is the driving. I think the driving they did very well in that game. Better than I can't play Grand Theft Auto now because the driving is so screwed up. The Sleeping Dogs driving, I studied it, is they don't let you spin 180. They actually, when you drift, like it feels really great to drift in that game because they actually lock your angle at like 90. You can never like spin out of control, which you can do in GTA, but it does just mean like you're always doing these really sweet drifts. Yeah, the car hijacking stuff, I love it. Oh fuck, that's not there. Okay, see, that's a lot more reasonable. See, I love the world. Like, I wish there was a mod for Sleeping Dogs, and I'm thinking about trying to figure it out on my own, that lets you, okay, looks like we are missing a prefab. Oh! Anyway, David was talking about missing stairs, and it turns out it's because I forgot to commit the prefabs. Oh, yeah, the car ramming. Oh, anyway, I wish there was a mod for it that was just you driving around the city at night when it's raining. And in fact, it's actually kind of cool. So they have this DLC, which isn't very good. But the one thing that's cool about the DLC is that they want to set the whole thing at night. And so you actually end up getting you can play night forever. It doesn't always rain, but it ends up being very, very cool. I have not heard about Wheelman. There's also Stranglehold, which is like directed by John Woo. That I think it was made in Chicago, but it didn't do very well. But it was like Tony Hawk Pro Skater meets a third like Sleeping Dogs. Yeah, it doesn't really have puzzles. Well, it has like those like mini games where you have to unlock stuff, but they're yeah, puzzle would be a very generous term for that. David, you gotta play Sleeping Dogs. It's good. Okay, let's run through this first world now. I think it's better than GTA 4. I know. I've only Bethesda. Well, I've only played Skyrim. I have New Vegas. I should play that. I might wait. The thing is, I know those games. I get really into them, and they're like, it's going to be 50 hours. Yes. Hold on, let's turn on the sound actually. Hold on, let me turn off my music. We will... Ah, interesting, okay. Alright, you guys should hear some audio in the game. I mean, everybody is talking about Fallout 4, and it does look very cool. I should check it out just for the city setting. Right, so the whole reason why the stairs are there is to make you get close enough that the button prompt comes up. And then you do this, and walk in here. Man, this is running really smooth. These views. I am playing with the DS4 controller, by the way. Which I actually don't like. Look, this is from... That rubber's wearing out. From NBA 2K. Hey, Wild Gabbin! So, David is not a fan of this looping sound. I'm gonna assume a wild Gavin is not trolling. One more and we'll ban him. Or her. So, like, I kind of want this looping with the audio so that a room that you've been to now has like a meditation sound. David was like, there's that bug where the audio loops, and I was like, no, that's intentional. I mean, it is temporary, but right, well, Wild Gavin, we need you to keep the conversation on topic and be polite. I've talked to, I think I'm going to have Ryan Roth, who is the sound designer on Starseed Pilgrim, and Ben Babbitt, who did Kentucky Route Zero. I think Ben for the music and Ryan for the sound design, but it's still, we haven't done anything. So everything that's here is from Ryan at the moment. But because we need to spend more time on an actual audio engine. So we haven't yeah, we haven't really gotten to work too much on the game. Stereo as opposed to, yes, yeah, eventually we will all need to do that. Okay, so I need to go through and do all the recalculate normals for all the lines. Hey, Stuff Matt does. Hello. Hello. Yeah. We, like, audio is not something I've thought about at all. Damn, this game is running well and looking good. I don't know, sometimes there's, this thing where it rotates kind of awkwardly. Hope that's not making anybody sick. It looks like I have 2 light sources on. Yeah, that's 2 directional lights. This is a nice view. Also, these lines are actually they're a lot thinner when you are playing on full resolution, which I am not at the moment. I do really like the ping sound being different. For different surfaces. Oh yeah, so we fixed the problem. Well, David fixed it where it would stick. Damn. Yeah, so David fixed this other problem where when you put one box on top of another, it like totally fucks up. And there used to be this like thing where it would like jitter. It'd be like, it was like this. Well, I can't. It's hard to do it now, but it would like skip up and down. And David fixed it. Look at how smooth that is. Look at that. Just goes nice and easy. One of these days we're gonna add where you hold down, I think, L1 or something, and it makes you not go over the edge. I love that. I love that you can see into the previous room. Oh yeah. I think that height is reasonable, right? That looks like... Still need to do what? Yeah, I don't know how to do that. We'll worry about that when we cross that bridge. And then one of my favorite things to do every time I'm out here. Let's go back in and... Yeah, we'll sit down and actually do something really interesting with the sound. Oh shit, David, one thing I remembered is if we are using this to switch into camera mode, camera edge detection mode, this is our camera mode. How are we gonna do no clip? Because the touchpad was our no clip. Okay, I'm missing the ghost stairs. Clip-on too wonky? I am not sure what you were talking about. Oh, right here. These are disabled for some reason. Yeah, no, I mean, eventually I will actually sit down and do a real... The hell are the ghost steps? What the hell? Oh, okay. Oh dear. Okay. Oh fuck. Hold on. No, we are, the camera mode this is actually our first go at it. It's gonna be a little bit more complicated than that, where you like unlock the no clip thing and you won't be flying around, but we're making it in, we're just doing it for more the PSX demo. Yeah, thank you, Garlando, for stopping by. Peace out. Okay, so you know what? Let's do let's fix the meshes. So that's done. Well, where did that go? Did I delete that? Oh, here we go. Yeah, we were afraid we would have to do this, so let's test this. Oh, nice. You got a little message. Good job, David. Oh yes, check it out. It is working. The line is let's skip in here. Let's grab a box. I just want to light this up. So yeah, okay, so now the normals are actually correct. Oh, right, so that's a separate piece. So, alright, I'm gonna go through and do all of that, and then what we'll do is I'll end the streams and then take a break, finish up. We're gonna try to wrap up a lot of stuff. I think I'm gonna do a stream during the day tomorrow. Tomorrow night, I don't know if anyone is in North Carolina, but you should go check out the talk. This one doesn't need to do that, but let's do it anyway. Ah, thank you. Yeah, we're gonna do like actual real sound. By the way, one of the guys, one of my favorite pieces of music, and it's gonna be a big source of inspiration, is this musician William Basinski. He made this track. He's really known for working with loops, but this is I think one of the most beautiful pieces of music ever made. It's called the Disintegration Loops. He worked with tapes in the 70s, and he was digitizing them in early 2001. And what happened is that as he's playing the tape, repeating, the magnet dust wears off, and you're having this like 1 hour long track of the same melody repeated over and over again, and it slowly disintegrates. And if you listen to the end, it's the same melody but worn away, and it's gorgeous. It does this is actually happened kind of before, like on 9/11, and this is the smoke coming. He was living in Brooklyn at the time, and they were listening to this, and so it sort of become like, this is a piece that's now played on during the 9/11 memorial, but just an incredibly powerful work, and gorgeous, beautiful music. But I'm gonna turn it off for now. But yeah, you should check it out, the Disintegration Loops by William Basinski, and that's gonna be that's going to be a piece that will heavily influence, I think, the audio direction of Manifold Garden, and also because the word game plays a lot with loops, spatially, and I think I want to tie that in with the audio design. But yeah, it's to be perfectly honest, it's really something I've just not thought about yet. I would, I wish audio could be something we're sort of like working alongside, that's being developed alongside the game. But just the budget, and it's me and David, and we're doing everything, and there's so much tech and design problems right now, that we just can't. We're spreading ourselves pretty thin as it is. Yeah, and also the things, because like I want to do something that's like where the music is like dynamically changed. So it's like we are going to need. There's going to be tech with it. Yeah. So we are going to wait until. Like, the thing is, we don't really want to do tech until, both, where we can also, alongside the musicians, we can also be working on the tech for it. Did we already do this? These technically don't need this. Hey, Hachaga Hot! Peace out. Thank you for stopping by. Thanks for showing your dad the stream. Yeah, hope to see you at another stream, or at another developer's stream. We will see you around. It's pretty funny that I think like 4 months ago, or well, more like 6 months ago, I had never been on Twitch, and now it's a pretty regular part of development for me. Like, I think yeah, it's been really positive keeping development super open. I think because this is not an easy game to clone. Like, designing it is such a nightmare. I don't know why you would clone this game. So that's pretty funny, and I think means that I can keep development open. Oh shit, David, can I do this with multiple tools? I wonder if I can... Couldn't I select all meshes and do it? Hope this doesn't break. I do. So Ryan Roth, who did the sound for Starseed Pilgrim, made all the current prototype sounds, and oh, so why not do this? How long were you gonna watch me go through these one by one until you told me? Disc. I don't think we have any orange ones. What? Okay, so there is no group select? Let me see if it fixed. What the? Okay. Let's see if it's... Oh, fuck. Wait, why are those meshes missing? Oh. I think after you... Wait, no, that's fine. Why is the mesh for orange missing? Oh man, I think what it does is it does the I think... Oh, I never added one for orange. Hey, Toasty the Toaster. Okay, I think a wild gabbin, you are... I'm going to give you a timeout. Oh, okay, so... hmm. Oh! Where's our line mesh tool? Fix normals on mesh, and then we want to create all right, let me fly around to see if this is working. And I think I'm going to end the stream now. After we'll do this one last check. That's the green island. Okay, yeah, that's working. The line there, that's all working. Alright, okay, so the group thing actually did not work. So, anyway, I'm gonna end the stream here now. And thank you all for joining. If you liked it, you should follow. Yeah, I will. I'm gonna. And now we'll probably be streaming during the day tomorrow. And if you guys are going to be at PlayStation Experience, you should come and hang out. I will be there. And we also the well, so David just did a correction with multi-select. So I'm gonna try that after this is done. But yeah, thank you all for stopping by, and definitely, yeah, if you want a Manifold Garden print, well, Gavin, sorry for the timeout. I think I don't know how to undo it, but you'll be back in a bit. So anyway, these prints, they're available $35 from Video Game Art Gallery, and they look pretty sweet. This one is one of my favorites. Show. Oh, This is nice. This is a nice website. Okay, I will see you guys later.